I felt surprised that I used to be there and that those kids were there too when I was smaller.
7 years ago, the Delps went to Ethiopia and came back with Lily.
She was 6 months old, and now she's 7. So, yeah, that's how she came to be our daughter.
They knew they wanted to return to Ethiopia someday.
We really just fell in love with it. You know, we fell in love with the people and the food and just the whole atmosphere.
And being avid runners, a sort of sign appeared one day.
It was about a year ago that my husband saw an ad in Runner's World magazine for the first international marathon in Ethiopia. We just felt like it was just perfect. I mean, it was kind of the coming together of all these things, you know.
But they didn't travel over 3,000 miles only to run a marathon.
And then I got to visit an orphanage where I was when I was a baby. They didn't have very much stuff, and so we brought donations there to help them.
It was really funny. She was like pushing to get out of the van and insisting on carrying the boxes and carrying the diapers and carrying things like way beyond her actual ability to carry. So it clearly meant a lot to her.
And there was one experience that Lily will never forget.
Deborah and Happy. They live by themselves, just by themselves, and they didn't have very much stuff, and they invited me and my sister over for a coffee ceremony.
And my girls were really impacted by that. I mean, they still talk about that they just couldn't believe what these kids have or don't have, and that they wanted to give us from what they barely have, you know, so.
And at 7 years old, she's already decided a few things. And when you get older, maybe one day, do you think you would adopt?
Yeah. I think I go back to the same orphanage and adopt a kid there.
Life through the eyes of a 7-year-old. Senior Airman Shane Mitchell, Kaiserslautern, Germany.